Hello guys, my name is Maharani Putri Setianingrum and I'm college student at Universitas Trunajaya Madura and I'm 19 years old.
Hello, my name is Lutfia Pujalubusna. I'm college student at Universitas Trunojoyo Madura and I'm 20 years old.
Hello everyone, my name is Farah Camelia. I'm 19. I'm a college student at Universitas Trunojoyo Madura.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Aura, Authentic Adult Reflective Account. I'm your host, Misa April, and today we're diving deep into a topic that close to many hearts: how growing up in challenging family and environment shape who we are. Joining me today are three amazing individuals who agree we all have stories from our family that have shaped us. I'm interested in hearing about the experiences that really challenging you.
Um, the hardest experience for me was constantly feeling unwanted in my family. My parents would always praise my siblings for their achievement, but they barely ever notice my efforts. Even when I accomplished something I thought was worth celebrating, their reaction was always lukewarm. Like, that's good, but you are, can do better. It made me feel like I was never enough. It was also incredibly painful to realize that no matter how hard I try, I couldn't change how they feel about me.
The most challenging I've ever faced was enduring the physical and emotional abuse from my older brother because it was like, a constant trauma and a heavy burden that I will carry for a long time until now.
The most difficult experience in my life is broken home. The broken home is usually with dealing with parental divorce. The sense of loss, confusion, and uncertainty about the future often weigh heavily on the mind and emotions. The process of adjusting to changing family dynamics can be very painful, especially when it comes to dividing time between both parents.
Looking back can offer some interesting perspective. If you could go back in time, what would you do differently in your family relationship?
If I could go back, I would try to speak openly with my parents about how I feel from the beginning. I might have told them how hurtful it was to feel ignored and how their behavior affects my confidence. I would hope that talking about it may have changed their perspective. Additionally, I would have made an effort to bond with my sibling earlier, so our relationship won't be overshadowed by feelings of competition.
Maybe I would have told my father earlier about his kidney disease so he could have lived a little longer. Because for me, my happiness is having a complete family.
If I could go back in time, I would try to be more open in communicating with my parents, especially. I would have expressed my feelings and concern earlier, hoping to help them realize the impact of their decisions on us as their children.
During tough times, we often find support from unexpected places. Who was that person for you?
Mm, there was one close friend who always stood by me. They knew how hard it was for me to feel overlooked by my family. Whenever I cried or felt unappreciated, they would listen patiently. Once they told me, "You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You are already enough just as you are." These words give me strength, especially during moments when I felt completely alone.
My mom, of course, because she always tried to defend me when when the abuse happened, even though she couldn't stop it because she was physically smaller than my older brother. But the most important is she tried, even though it was a fail.
During difficult times, support from close friends and other family members means a lot. They provide me a place to share feelings and experiences and help me distract from painful situations. Counseling or therapy can also be a valuable source of.
Families can sometimes hurt us in ways that leave lasting impacts. What was the most painful thing you experienced?
The most painful thing was realizing that I was never my parents' priority. There was a time when I was seriously ill and needed to see a doctor, but my parents see more concerned about my siblings' school event. That moment made me feel like I didn't matter to them. It left me questioning whether their love for me was genuine or just out of siblings.
My older brother, who was supposed to be a replacement for my father, actually brought me wounds and trauma. And then my stepfather, who was supposed to help my trauma towards me, actually couldn't make my mother happy.
One of the most hurtful things in my life is hearing arguments or conflicts between my parents that involve me as a child when they blame each other or speak badly about each other in front of me. It creates guilt and confusion about my position.
Sometimes we remember those final moments of family unity. What's your last memory of when your family was still together?
The last moment I remember the family being together was during dinner. Everyone seemed happy, but I feel like an outsider at the table. My siblings were talking about their accomplishments, and my parents were enthusiastically listening when I tried to share something about my day at school. The conversation quick saved back to my siblings. I sat there quickly trying to hide my disappointment and finish my meal in silence.
The last moment I was with my immediate family was when we took a family photo in a place I forget, but it was an amusement park, the next swimming pool. I think my life is stuck in that moment because it was the first and the last family photo of us, and it was 2008, and my father died in 2008.
The last moment when my family is still together are often characterized by tension and sadness. There may be attempts to create a warm atmosphere, but they are often punctuated with awkward and uncomfortable things. Conversations may focus on the good memories of the past, but it feels heavy because everyone knows that things will change.
Siblings relationship can be pretty complicated. How would you describe your relationship with your sibling now?
My relationship with my sibling is complicated. On the surface, we get along, but there's emotional distance between us. It's hard for me to open up to them because I always feel like I was being compared to them. Sometimes I wonder if they ever notice how differently our parents treat me or if they thought it was normal.
For now, it's much better, and I don't get physically abused anymore. And the last time I got it was before pandemic.
Oh, relationships. Relationships with my current siblings can vary. Some may be closer due to sharing similar experiences, while others may feel separate due to different ways of dealing with situations. Open communication is essential to keep the relationship strong.
Some feelings just don't go away easily. Are there any unresolved emotions from your family experiences?
I still carry a lot of unsolved feelings. One of them is envy, which I had feeling but it's hard to let go. I also feel a deep sense of unfairness when I'm thinking about my childhood. I want to forgive, but it's challenging when the scars still hurt every time I see my family.
Feeling no, maybe resentment, but that was when I was still abused. But now I don't feel that way anymore.
There are lingering feelings of regret and loss. Sometimes I feel like I could have done more to keep my family, especially intact, or support my parents in overcoming their problems.
Our experiences change how we see things. How has your perspective on family evolved?
My perspective on family has changed over the years. I used to think that family was supposed to be a constant source of support and love, but my experience taught me that family can also be a source of deep in pain. Now, I see family as imperfect but still valuable. I try to accept that not all parents can show love equally to all their children, even if that doesn't excuse their behavior.
Argument and disagreement are bound to happen in any family, I think. It's impossible for a family to be completely free of problems, even if they're just a small issues.
My perspective on my family has definitely changed. I learned that my families are not always perfect and that conflict is part of the dynamics of human relationships. However, I also understand the importance of love and support despite difficulties.
Many of us worry about repeating family patterns. Are you concerned about that in your own future life?
I do worry about repeating the same patterns with my future family. Sometimes I wonder if I'll be able to be a fair and loving parent, but I'm determined not to let my past define how I raise my own children. I want them to feel valued and loved unconditionally, something I didn't always feel growing up.
Of course, I am. That's why I'm still afraid of getting close to men, but because of the trauma, and I don't want to my child to experience physically abuse, whether it's from their older siblings or their father.
There is concern that the same pattern could be repeated in my family. However, I try to learn from the experience and implement better communication and create a healthy environment for my partner and my children.
Everyone has a different idea of what an ideal family looks like. What does that mean to you?
An ideal family, for me, is one where everyone listens to each other without judgment. Every member feels valued and isn't compared to others. In an ideal family, parents recognize that each child is unique, with their strengths and weakness. Love is given equally and no one feels left out.
For me, an ideal family is one that cares for each other, always makes time for family time, whether it's going out to. Boleh. For me, an ideal family is one that cares for each other, always makes time for family time, whether it's going out to eat or going for a walk, and most importantly, supports each other.
An ideal family, to me, is a place where each member feels safe to express themselves without fear of judgment. An ideal family is a place where we support each other, respect differences, and always try to resolve conflicts in a constructive way.
Sometimes we find meaning in our most challenging experiences. How have you made sense of everything that's happened?
I try to see all of this as a lesson to become a stronger and wiser person. Even though these experiences were painful, they've taught me a lot about myself and others. I believe everyone has a purpose, and mine is to break this cycle of unfairness in the next generation. Though it's difficult, I strive to make a peace with my past and focus on creating my own happiness.
I use my personal experience to make others aware that whoever you are who still has a complete family, you should to be grateful because many people out there wish they had what you have. Make your parents happy, especially your mother, because you will feel the loss after they gone.
I give meaning to everything that happens by seeing it as a life lesson. Every experience, good or bad, shapes who I am now and provides insight into the importance of communication, empathy, and love in a family.
In this episode, we heard three deeply personal stories of family challenges that reveal the power of human resilience, from unequal treatment and abuse to parental divorce. Our speakers shared their journey of navigating complex family dynamics. Each story highlights the struggle to find self-worth, the importance of support system, and the potential to break toxic cycles. To everyone listening, your pain is valid, your experiences matter. But remember, you get your right the next chapter. Family is support. Connection is the real story. This is Nesa, signing off from Aura Authentic Outdoor Reflective Account. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.